It's that time again, Great American Stampin' Show time. And I'm Shannon, and I am here with another project to show you, hoping to win with your like of my video against my competitors, Julie, Jody, and Brandy. I know that right now they are currently creating and filming awesome projects as well. And so you get to decide who is the winner. Now, last week you decided that this girl right here was the winner. Look at that. Ow, it's kind of tight on my head. I don't know if I could wear this all the time, but I certainly can wear it when I film my videos because, well, I need to bend down a little bit. It is sure sparkly and beautiful and deserves to be worn. So thank you so much for watching and for voting last week. My card, I was going to show you my card. Where did it go? Oh, here it is. Yep. This was my card. Little Christmas card with a little gatefold, fun fold. Here it is. And it had like a special clasp. So you open it up, see that on the inside. And then this little piece right here slides through and keeps it closed. Winterly Treetops or Nests of Winter. Those are, I can't remember, one or the other is the name of the suite. One's the name of the suite, one's the name of the stamp set. Had a little fun watercoloring in it. Thanks for appreciating it. It was sure fun to make. So now we're moving on to Season 3, Episode 11 with another card sketch. And before I show you that, I want to tell you that we're going to be doing 12 weeks of Christmas card tutorials. Tutorials. Oh, they're so awesome. It makes creating so easy, and you can still adapt it for your own style too. So if you'd like to be part of those free email tutorials, find the sign up to my email list in the description of this video and sign up for my email list, and you'll get those starting very soon. The first one is going out this week, so you missed that one already, so don't miss next week. I promise you these tutorials are going to be awesome and you're going to want to see them. Also, in the description, if you want to follow along or to use this particular card I'm showing today as a tutorial, check out the description as well. I've got the supply list and the measurements there ready and waiting for you. All right, let's go. Annual Catalog, page 22, card sketch 11. So it's this one right here. And I've actually made some cards with this template before. I really enjoy it too. But here is my larger version to compare to. And I realize now I didn't do one of the frames. But anyway, you get the idea. It kind of gives you a jumping off point where the greeting is here kind of towards the top. And then the card front, whatever it is cut into 4 different pieces, but kind of offset. I love that sort of offset cut there. It just gives it a lot of cool interest. So here's what I'm using. The Autumn Leaves bundle. So this stamp set is, I mean, the timing of year could not be more perfect, as well as the dies that go along with it. And so this is one of my favorite bundles. I don't know why I've just been, I know I could use it other times of year, but I've just been waiting for autumn to use it again. So I've got a crushed curry card base, a little bit of gold, a little bit of berry burst, and this gold ribbon stuff, and then my magic ingredient is the Nature's Sweetness Designer Series paper, and I've already cut this one to 4 by 5. So this is what I'm using as my card front, and I'm going to use Berry Burst ink and do a little bit of ink blending to start off with. This actually, I was inspired by a sample that I saw, I think, in the annual catalog, where this same piece was used, but I think the color that was blended was lighter. It was like Pretty in Pink or something. But I don't know, that just came to mind when I was thinking of autumn, and I love autumn color schemes of like berry colors, cranberries, oranges, yellows, even greens. In fact, I went on a drive this last weekend. The mountains and the leaves here in Utah are changing, and oh my goodness, it's just absolutely to die for. And so I had changing leaves on my mind. And as I looked out over the trees as I was driving around, well, I wasn't driving, somebody else, my dad was driving, and the rest of us were looking out. I was noticing like there's a lot of pink on the trees. I don't think it's actual pink, but it looks pink from far away. I am going to cut this now in that offset cut sort of way. And I selected 1.75 inches as my number. Why, you might ask? Well, it's a little bit more than half. Since this is 4 across, I don't want to do it at 2 because then it will just be split in half. So it's slightly more and less than 2. So these are just slightly different size. Okay, now I'm going to cut this one on the top, 1 3/4. Okay, and you can see that I'm kind of keeping them in order so I know which goes with what, but you know, being that it's, I need to do this one like this though, that it's designer series paper, the pattern will help keep it together. Okay, now that has to flip around. I've gotten this completely off, but now I can match it back up and make sure that it matches. Okay, that worked. Now I'm ready to put it down on my card. Okay, is that looking cute or what? With just a little bit of crushed curry showing through kind of like an offset window pane. I absolutely love it. Moving on, so I've got a piece of basic white and I've got 2 ink pads here, pumpkin pie and again berry burst. And this is the real fun of the card right here. So get your popcorn out if you haven't already. Oh, I don't need that yet, but coming soon. Okay, stamp. Where's my stamp? Right here. So I've got this leaf stamp, kind of like a long skinny leaf. I'm going to ink it up first in pumpkin pie, and then before I stamp, I'm going to just take a little bit of berry burst. Oh, I'm going to roll it a little bit and then see how it is. So now you can see how much berry burst is there. Oh, I kind of like that amount. I don't know if I need any more, but I think maybe I'll add just a little bit. And I forgot to grab a sponge dauber, so my finger's the sponge dauber, and maybe just a teeny bit at the top just to keep it interesting. Okay, and now I need to wipe my finger up on something else. Okay, so now I'm going to spritz this a little bit with some water and a spritzer. Not a ton. I'm not going to totally drench it, just a little bit. There we go. And stamp it down here. So I get a nice watercolored look. Okay, and then my final step is to take the vein stamp and just stamp that over the top to make sure to give this really good shape. Okay, so you can see that. So it definitely has the shape of the leaf. It has a little bit of texture still, as well as a watercolor feel to it. So much fun. And now I'm going to die cut it with this one. And while I'm at it, I'm going to die cut a couple other leaves with this one too. I love this die. It has some texture built in. So let's see what that looks like. So I've got my 3 leaves now, and I cut out this label while I was at it. This is also in the Autumn Leaves die set. So cute. Okay, now these I'm going to give a little shape to and kind of fold them up, the leaves. This one I'm going to weather it a little bit more. So let's see if I can get a spritz. Whoops, just spritz the whole thing. A little bit of spritz there. And I'm just going to add a teeny bit of, with my finger sponge dauber, a little bit of berry burst on this one too, just to kind of give it something else, you know, because leaves sometimes have multiple colors as they're changing. I feel like that needs one more spritz though, so let's do one more and see if I can actually get it to hit the leaf. Yeah, that did. Okay, cool. Make it nice and watercolory. And when that dries, I don't know, maybe a little bit more. Gosh, see, it's just kind of a process. You just kind of try things. Can't really mess it up. I love that. I'm glad I added a little bit more. Gotta lick my finger and get all that ink off. Okay, so here we go. You can see how these are kind of how it's starting to look. I'm gonna layer those all together. My greeting here. because it's Berry Burst and I want the image to stand out, I am going to get my Versamark and emboss this in white. So I'm going to use this greeting. Autumn, can't read it, teaches us that change can be beautiful. You know, I turned 50 this year. Somebody might have to invest in some readers. Okay, that fits perfectly though, doesn't it? Now a little bit of embossing. Okay, perfect. Moving right along. This is the other big magical piece of this card, this gold cord. I can't remember how much I need of this, so I guess I better just cut a lot of it. This cord is really interesting. I find it quite a challenge to work with. I mean, it looks pretty, and if you're wrapping up a package, that'd be one thing. But putting it on a card, I feel like it usually sticks out really awkwardly. So what I'm going to do is on the back side, or maybe it's the front side, there's like a white strip down the middle, and that's just like, I don't know, it's probably like just threads and maybe even like a little mini white fabric that the gold was sewn to. I'm just cutting right down the strip of it. What I'm going to do now is just kind of break these all apart. So I'm just going to get my fingernails in here and kind of peel them apart. And there's going to be this white sort of lint stuff that comes from it. So yeah, they're kind of, it's kind of weird, and I'm going to lose some of the gold, but that's okay. So I'm just going to kind of like break it apart and separate it so that it's a lot softer. I gotta say, I feel a little bit like Rumpelstiltskin. Have you read that book or that story? I don't even, like, I remember it from my childhood. It kind of terrified me, to be honest. But I'm spinning gold, and that's what Rumpelstiltskin did. Do you know that story? Was it not scary? It was scary for me. Maybe I need to read it again now that I'm an adult and it won't be scary. Okay, look at this. It's like I have gold, beautiful hair. So what I'm going to do with this is just tie a bow. And it is a little bit of a trick here, like to get them all together. So just kind of work with it a minute till you can figure that out. All right, that bow turned out a lot different from my prototype, but I'm going to leave it for now because it might just work. Moment of truth, you guys. This card is all coming together, and I can't wait for you to see the finished product. Whoa. Wow, these dimensionals aren't sticking very well. Must be old. Time to get new ones. All right, so I've got dimensionals on my greeting. I'm just going to put this right here. If you remember from the template, there was a greeting right across the middle. So I'm going to put that there, but because it's so small, it'll just kind of be over to the side there. And now I'm going to put the leaves over here on this side. Look at how beautifully this is coming together. I've got a little bit of Wink of Stella because I just feel like this poor leaf is not as fancy as the other two, and it needs a little sparkle. I mean, everything can benefit from a little sparkle, but this even adds it, kind of like blends that Berry Burst ink as well. It's looking awesome. Okay, and my last step is to take this crazy Rumpelstiltskin bow and just attach it there. Wow, that is a lot, but you know what? I think I might just go with it because, you know, as they say, go big or go home. I don't know who says that, but somebody does. And maybe that person will appreciate and vote for my card. Okay, little glue dot. You know what? This is a lot. I feel like it needs 2 glue dots. That's just how special this bow is. So I'm going to put a little bit more right there. Ooh, ooh. Come on, there we go. Okay, does the bow take over the card? I think it does, and I love it. That is my card. Autumn teaches us that change can be beautiful. Look at that. It's just like, how cool would it be to get this in the mail and you open up that thing and there's just this spun gold everywhere. Here's my prototype I'll show you. It's pretty darn similar, but the bow is just a little shorter. and up higher. Oh, and you know what? Look at that. I added some Wink of Stella to this one, so I better do that too. All right, friends, go vote, thumbs up, subscribe, get the email list so that you can get those free tutorials, and go watch my other Gas Gals do their thing. I can't wait to see their cards. And vote for your favorite, or 2 or 3 or 4, whatever, you know. There's no voting police out there. And tell me what you think about this card. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again next week. Until then, bye-bye.